Good afternoon. How's everybody today? I hope you're having a fan-dabby-dozy day. I had a good day. It's a middle afternoon. Actually, it's about 4 o'clock. So what have I been doing? Chilling out, hanging in the garden, doing bits and pieces. Got a couple stories for you, hence the title Gossip. And just wanted to share a couple things with you. Most parts of the world, in the evening, in the night it cools off. But here in Thailand, you can have a hot, sticky, muggy, humid day. Wake up in the morning and the weather's the same, hot, sticky, and humid. But just the last few days, wake up in the morning, it's nice and cool. I'm actually sitting out here in a t-shirt, not sweating. And there's you can feel coolness in the air. If you go stand in the sun, it gets warm, but there's a coolness in the air. It's coming from the east, so whenever it comes from the east, it's usually cool, or maybe it rains, hopefully. But it's just been really nice. I had the windows open in the house today. Woohoo! So I got a couple of stories for you. You know, I told you before I went away, I had cleaned my headlights, and this is the stuff I found here in Thailand. W-E-N-O-L, Wenol. It's like a pink paste. It's a metal polishing. It's like looks like toothpaste. You can't feel any grit in it, but it's I put it on a rag and just do the little circles and polish the headlights, and they come up nice and shiny. Anyway, since I went away, I cleaned them before I went away, and then put the halogen bulbs in, and they were very good. I'm driving along at dipped headlights, and I caught a couple of people flash me saying they were too bright. But I flashed them back, and they realized I wasn't on main beam, I was on dip. It's just they're very bright. So, in order to keep them bright, today I was cleaning them again, and I live on the edge of this little track that goes down back and forth to the town or village, small village, way down the road. And people stop and talk and things like that. So a friend came by and asked if I would, if I could clean her headlights for her, show her how it's done. So I said, yeah, all right, they're not bad, but hers is a relatively new car. Not too bad, and they're glass. Well, they look glass anyway. So, they polished up quite good. Only took about 5 minutes. We're talking and things like that, and got it all done. Put everything away, and actually said, okay, turn your lights on. So she turned her lights on, and I said, okay, dip your lights. She says, I don't understand what you mean, dip your lights. I said, put your main beam on. Where's that at? I said, okay, I know you're not blonde. I said, you know about dipped headlights, right? High and low beam? She goes, yes, but I don't know how to turn them on. I'm like, okay, so I showed her how to turn them on. But before that, she turned the wipers on, turned the indicators on, and said, turn the indicators on. I said, how's that? I said, no, you got to dip your headlights. So in the end, I showed her how to do it. But I laughed, and I said, tonight I'm going to tell your story on my video. And she said, make sure you tell everybody I'm very beautiful. Long black hair, beautiful eyes. She was going on and on and on about how she says, make sure you tell them I'm beautiful. So funny. I said, really? Come on. So, but I got another story I wanted to tell you. This one's kind of dear to my heart. People have shared stories with me through email, not always in the comment section, that are quite personal. And a guy the other day who's well, you can't find him because he uses a different name, but his name's Colin, and he talks to me about life, and just like everybody else does, right? But he said to me a couple months ago that he shared some of my videos with his mom, And his mom's 86 years old, and she watches a few of them, you know, me working in the garden and things like that. And this is her quote. She says, he's very close to God when he works in her garden. What Colin's mom, Pauline, said, Kevin's very close to God when he works in his garden. I wrote back and I said, she's very smart. Because to me, when I'm in the garden, it's kind of like a meditating, and that's, you know, I meditate on whatever it is, clear my mind, go to a different place, etc., etc. You know, and it takes one to know one. For her to say that, she must know something, right? So I believe, you know, when I said she's very smart, I was really saying, I believe she's the same. So anyway, he shared a lot of videos with her, and he said she's 86 years old and can learn how to operate an iPad by herself. So I thought, wow, that's cool. And he said when he came over here in March last year, he went to some property of his and his wife, Thai wife, and they have a durian farm, so he was showing her through FaceTime all the flowers, and he said for 80 minutes he was on the phone showing her flowers and plants and all the things of Thailand, and she was fascinated with it. And you know, I'm thinking, what a beautiful woman, and 86 years old, smart enough to figure out how to use her iPad by herself, works in her garden, etc., etc. Anyway, he told me a story the other day. He wrote back and said she went to the market and bought some shrubs and some I thought tulips or daffodils, I can't remember, and then went and spent 2 hours working in the garden, went back in the house, had a shower, sat in her chair, looked out the window, looked at her garden, and passed away. And then he said to me, if I'm working in the garden, could I spend a moment to think about her? And that kind of stumped me, because that's, you know, I'm kind of sentimental about things like this. So it's, to me, you know, life is precious, and there's little tiny windows of that preciousness that we can touch in our daily lives if we choose to tune into it. I said, I'll do more than spare her a thought. I didn't tell him this, but I'm going to mention her here. So I take my hat off and just want to thought about Pauline and her garden, and 86 years old, and how what a way to go, huh? Beautiful. Loves her garden, worked in her garden, went and sat in her chair and just left. Like she's waiting for a taxi and left. You know, we're sad when something like that happens, but it's very cool that they had a close relationship. That's also a gift, a close relationship with your family. So I just wanted to see if I have a flower I can put up for Pauline. So here it is. This time of year the magnolia tree blooms, and it's called magnolia in Thailand, and it has the most crazy beautiful smell, and they're all out. You know, this time of night, in about 15-20 minutes, half an hour, it seems to know when to release the smell. And you can, the whole area, you walk back and forth, the whole area has a beautiful perfume floating in the air. So this is for Pauline. Okay guys, short one tonight. The dogs are fed, but the birds are protesting because they don't have their dinner yet. So I'm going to feed them. And what am I going to do? Feed me and chill out for the rest of the evening. Guys, I have a favor to ask. Could you please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already? Hit the notification bell and share, please. Thumbs up and comment. I'll tell you why. I've been trying to get my channel to grow, and I don't know if you noticed, this lately it's been growing super slow. And I actually got a message from somebody last night saying, a little bit upset. I'm like, I didn't do it. You know, I don't even know if you can unsubscribe people. He said that he subscribed to me 2 times and been unsubscribed 2 times. So he's had to resubscribe. That's his 3rd time he's subscribed to my channel. But if you know, the thing is, if you've been unsubscribed, how is that happening? Why is that happening? I have no idea how it happens. I haven't done it, for sure. You know, so I don't know what's happening. But you know, there's no wonder it's difficult to grow my channel if that's happening. So I just ask that if you could share it, any of the videos you enjoy, to somebody who you might think might enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to sign off, guys, and say good night. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness may flow into your home. See you in the morning. Look after yourselves. Good night.